You're a petite little thing.
We're in the heart of Gig Harbor, Washington, and we're about to enter an epic estate sale. Literally, this is the Epic Estate Sale Company, and I've always done great with Tyler and his gang, and we're about to get some great stuff, so stay tuned.
Excuse me.
This house is so packed full, and there's just a ton of people here. I don't remember how many got in before me, but there's so many people, so crowded. And of course, as soon as I walk in, not only do I cover my camera, but I enter into the antique room where you're supposed to be petite. I got into the house and I completely forgot everything that I had seen in the photos, so the first thing I do is look for a TV, because anytime you see a TV entertainment center, there's going to be good stuff underneath it. And so that's where I went to first. It's very dark in here, so I'm going to cut out a lot of this, but what I'm doing is opening the doors or sliding doors, and I'm grabbing everything out of there so that I can have an extremely heavy bag immediately, which is what I normally do in estate sales. I either get a heavy bag immediately or I have something awkward to carry. So we'll add the awkward thing later, but right now, super heavy bag, but full of great stuff. So I'm going to be get a chance to see that in the haul portion. You're going to see a little bit of it here in a second, because I'm going to go out, and now that it's pouring, I'm going to go set this bag out for Tyler to get me some prices and put it in the hold area, because I am not going to make it if I have to carry this around. And there's Angry Birds. She was mad at me right from the start, so I probably should try to figure out some way to make peace.
I don't think any of that had prices either.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I don't think she liked that I walked around her at the start, because her number was lower than mine.
It was $20 less.
But what are you going to do? So we're going to go back in. I'm going to try to find some more stuff. A lot of the footage is dark, so I'll trim out a lot of the dark stuff. But see, I did it again. There were so many people, and with the house being so dark and so absolutely packed full, it was elbows to elbows.
The backup one? Backwards one?
I did end up coming back to that and looking it up, and it was the backwards compatible PS3, but it was in it was rough shape. I tried to go back on Sunday to get it, hoping to get it on discount. And I didn't realize it, but on Sunday they actually opened an hour early, so I got there an hour after they opened, and it was already gone. I should have grabbed those controllers too, because those were the controllers for the game systems that I got from underneath that TV. Checking this Bible out. I was looking at these big family Bibles. It was, not written in. It didn't have the feel. I didn't comp it, but it didn't have the feel of a good one. You just kind of have to feel that. There was not a lot of room to be comping anything in this place. What you saw on the top of that entertainment center was the box for a Bose soundbar, and that comes into play later. So here's a Wii Fit. I think they wanted $20 for it, and it's sealed, brand new sealed. I did end up coming back for that, and I got Tyler to give me a special Gig Harbor resident reseller rate of $10. And now I've got 4 of those things. It's been a while since I've sold one, but I pick them up if I get them that cheap. So here's the PS3, and it was pretty rough. It kind of looked like someone had spilled some food on it. See, I should have stopped and helped Angry Birds and carry those boxes out, because she was literally having to push them across the floor. I think that would have gone a long way for détente between us. So at the top of these stairs was this bookcase, and it was just full of PC games. Just a ton of them, and some books and things. I grabbed there was a paperback book series, and I ended up putting it back because it was a little rough, and I think day one, the prices on paperbacks were like $1, so it wasn't going to be a good thing for me. I carried them around, I think, for a little bit and put them back. But really, I didn't have anything to think about with those PC games. I did end up grabbing some on Sunday, but really no rhyme or reason. I tried to get just a set of the same theme. So there's my meat and potatoes, that Sony DVD VCR. I did not buy that one, mostly because I have a lot of those, and unlisted, of course. And I've been trying to focus on just the recordable DVD VCRs. I probably should have gotten it. It was a really nice condition. Probably should have grabbed it. I think they wanted $25 for it, so if I had gotten there on time on Sunday, maybe. Looking for any old soap, any Camay soap. I bought I think it was 5 bars of Camay soap at a rummage sale once for 25 cents a piece, and sold them for like $50 in about an hour. So I was looking for that stuff. But don't get the new Camay soap. That's junk.
I didn't know if it would be.
The fish for it.
So in here, I find that. Turned out there were 2 of them, but I find a Bose soundbar, so now I'm complete. I have a heavy bag and an awkward bag. But there were so many rooms in this house. Everywhere you turned, there was another room. The whole first day I was there, I never found this other room that I found on Sunday. It's kind of like a nightmare that I have. Sometimes I have this ongoing dream where I'm in my house, and suddenly I find a room I never knew about. So here I am carrying my awkward speaker around with lots of people, lots of PC games everywhere, and I got a few of them, but to be honest, I probably should have thought about it more, but I've gotten a ton of really good PC games from a person on Facebook Marketplace over the last year, so I'm kind of loaded with PC games. I did get a really good one, though,
Yeah.
so you'll see that in the hall.
It wasn't easy. Got him.
I bet.
This crew here at Epic, they're pretty good, too. Tyler does a great job. And they specialize in, I guess, clean-outs. So they do the estate sale, and then they clean out the house, and then I think they even sell the house. It's quite a empire he's got. So there's my Wagner Ware arch nemesis. We've had our battles over the years. So we're gonna get out of this sale, pay for our stuff, and find out what Tyler priced me on that first bag, which I think given that he hadn't priced none of that stuff under the TV even had price tags, that I think I did okay on it. And of course now it's completely pouring, and I've got a long way to walk. Really should think about this and bring like some kind of bag that I can close or cover.
Do you want to shot it, and I'll do that?
Yeah, I just.
Can you look for the set
That was
price
a
on there and see what that
Ultra
is for me?
4K
Had
Blu-ray
this,
player
and then
Cool.
and that
this
sound
is-
bar and some other
Okay.
stuff. I think he
I
charged
don't
me
really know
$50
how to
for
set
those
this
two
here.
things.
Okay. So we'll call it
Not terrible,
$250 for
not
everything for you.
not really great, but pays for staying.
I pay you now, and then I gotta. You guys have my reseller permit. Do you need a paper copy?
No worries.
It's on
They
my
haven't checked
We're
me
gonna
yet.
pay the
That's your
man.
card.
card. It's on my credit
And
card.
get out of here.
Okay, so there will still be the charge for
The credit card.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Man,
I know it's a terrible day, right?
I'll come back in, but I've got some cash.
If you're a reseller and your state allows you to get a reselling permit so you don't
So
pay sales
250, right?
tax,
Yeah.
you should definitely
All right,
consider doing that.
$257.50
It
on the
really
card.
helps at estate sales, especially. For my goodwill, I have to do a quarterly report where I get that money back. But
I'll just
if you don't
take
pay in
this
the
out.
first
And
place,
just a
it's
quick
even
signature
better.
there.
I saw a lot of PlayStations in there. I didn't see any games.
I know. You want a receipt?
Yes, please. I got the government to deal with too.
We need to
Yeah.
make sure
Oh,
Tyler
that
gets
was a
enough money to
beautiful
get a better
one.
printer too.
All right, thank you.
Oh, Angry Birds is she's really mad about the price of yarn too, because she just spent all that time getting it out there.
All right, you ready? Under this?
So the long trudge
Hey,
in the
Tyler,
rain
too. Some
up
of this
to
I
the
couldn't
car.
get the rest of the cords.
I
but
did
I'm
run
gonna try and
run
get the
back in
cords
and
a
grab
little
some
bit.
No worries.
cords before I left. Time to throw my junk in the trunk. We're going to head off to another sale. This is the Honest Estate Sale Company. This is one of my favorite companies to actually deal with. Joe and his group are fantastic, and they just do a great job of organizing sales, presenting them, and running them. Now, I really don't like going to estate sales unless I'm there at the beginning, and so, obviously I wasn't there at the beginning. It was funny, that guy in that just went in the other room, we're like doing a synchronized swimming where we both went in rooms and came back out and went downstairs. Basically, since I'm there, later, like a couple hours in, I'm doing a quick scan wherever I can. There's always going to be a room that has electronics, and so this was the one picture from the estate sale that I remembered. There in this picture, there was a really awesome vintage Sony all band radio, which is not sitting there anymore, obviously. And I think there was maybe a reel-to-reel player, which is not sitting there. So you kind of lose out on some of the stuff that's noticeable in the photos. But I find that I'm always able to get something good. And in this trip, I actually find something that's really quite surprising, given what I got at the first estate sale. So that case was full of cassettes. I am looking for pre-recorded cassettes that might be valuable, but those are so hard to find. But I am looking for recorded or blank cassettes, home recorded or blank cassettes that are high-end cassettes. Some cassettes go for crazy amounts, even used, but there weren't any there. That was a Panasonic Blue Line. I do end up getting that, even though my batting average is pretty low on VCRs with Honest Estates. For some reason, I just seem to get ones that don't work. And definitely, you always want to look under the table in the boxes and bins. I grabbed that. It says Ford telescope and Meade, and it's just a computer controller. Joe comes in here in a minute.
I haven't. I had a estate sale right down the street from my house.
Oh, you had one?
No,
Oh, there
Epic.
was one.
Epic.
Oh, how was that?
Good. They're no honest.
Oh, well, no, I mean, but you know, hopefully you found some good things.
I did.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll slide out.
There was a Heathkit, some kind of Heathkit weather computer, I think it was. I ended up looking it up, and day one, I wasn't going to get a break on that price, and I think it was like, I want to say $65 or $75. So day 3 or day 2, whatever I think this was a 2-day sale, I might have been able to get a break on that, but I wasn't going to ask on day 1, a couple hours in. I do look, anytime I see Heathkit, I look those up, and I always look for manuals. If there's a Heathkit manual, I grab those, because those usually are passed over, and we focus on the boring stuff at Real Boring Flips. That's our primary focus, is what is someone else passing up. So I put that in my, boy, I wish I could get that, but I'm not going to. I got a lot of stuff like that. I really should only be focusing on things that I can sell quickly. Not hats. Unfortunately, I wasn't going to be able to be at this sale for very long, because I haven't even made it downstairs yet, and that's really where I probably should have just gone straight away, right to the downstairs room. I picked this Sports Illustrated up, and I just sold some vintage, really old Sports Illustrateds, and I thought, hey, great, this one's probably $1, and you'll see in the haul where I discover how much it was supposed to be, and I think they charged me $1 for it. I was looking at that iMac too. It's a smaller one, and I use those for various things. I have a couple here, and looked at the ports, and so it was a newer one with the USB-C Thunderbolt ports, but I didn't really need it, and they wanted $65 for it.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm out of there. So we're just looking for anything that jumps out at us. What is there to grab? I want to get over there because I can see some like cameras or something. Sometimes you just gotta bust your way through.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna get right behind you here.
Yep. So they had like a little table of vintage looking stuff. And there's like a camera or something. I thought what I was going to find was maybe some vintage engineering tools. I just recently went to another one of Joe's estate sales and got some great, like some vintage drafting tools that I sold for good money, and then some other engineering tools, vintage tools. That stuff is always underpriced. Nothing to be found, though. I think so far I've just got the magazine that I kind of stole and the telescope computer, or whatever it was, controller. When I'm trying to decide what estate sale I'm going to go to, if I'm going to go to one, I usually base it on the photos. And there just wasn't a ton of stuff at this estate sale that what I was going to be interested in. So, and that, and the fact that this one's in Tacoma, so it was probably about a 30-minute drive. and the other one was literally 3 minutes from my house. So I thought about that pan. I think it was a Farberware. Sometimes you can just sell those cords. Like if I get those cords for like $1 or $2, those are great. Tell me if those utensil trays are worth anything. I was looking at this footage and realized I don't even know. Maybe those are. I'm not sure. That they were. One was a avocado color and one was pink. So the music was a little bit loud in here. I think I walked right by a speaker, so I kind of filtered that down a little bit. But I think the stairs to the downstairs are right in front, so we're going to head that way. And this is really where I should have gone. But not remembering the photos, who knew? Nice big space, pretty well organized for an estate sale. Things are laid out, lots of light. Now notice the difference in lighting between this sale and the epic dark sale. There's some car and driver magazines. They weren't old enough for me to look at, and I wasn't going to be able to get them super cheap, so pass on that. No snap-on tools. I'm sure that the tools usually get picked over pretty quickly. People that come to estate sales, there's like the glass people, the jewelry people, the records people. John, I'm talking to you, and the tools people. That was kind of a cool poster, but I don't think it was really vintage. Really nicely laid out, though. And this space was much more less packed, so I don't even know how many people realized it was down here. So tons of books. I wish I had more time to go through books, but you'll see right there, not only that book, but this box. And now I'm starting to wonder, did someone have that? Was that someone's and they just set it down and I picked it up and took it away from them? Because the box was out of place, and that was a great book. So and that was just a box, by the way, nothing in it. I think the AV cord was in it, but I'm looking around because that's a volume 5 of a 5-volume series of J. Vernon McGee Through the Bible. I've sold those before individually, and I thought, well, for sure I'm going to find the other volumes, but I looked everywhere. As good as I could, looked everywhere else, could not find any more of the volumes. We've already sold that book. So they had some great books. I just didn't have enough time or desire to buy a bunch of books right now. I did buy that. We talk about that in the haul. I didn't mention it in the haul portion, but I've awarded that to my daughter, mostly because she is moving out. She's the last one to move out. It's a cool book. It's not in great condition. I did end up getting it. I think I have a much nicer copy of that book somewhere else, a first edition. So we're looking. They had some vintage toys here, and I think a very imposing mannequin. Not quite as imposing as our mannequin. So that is I think it's an Amatoy. I'll put up put up my listing. It's a Noah's Ark and Noah's unnamed wife. Still trying to figure out what Noah's wife's name was. More books. There were just hundreds and hundreds of books here. I do wish I had more time to look at the books, because it's very hard to, I mean, the really great resale books are few and far between, but you got to spend time looking for them. And there was a guy I saw earlier that I think he was scan. So he was scanning through a bunch of books to see what he could sell. Tons of tools. Most of the tools I have in my shop are tools that I've gotten at estate sales. That you just get things so cheap sometimes that you end up with a large supply of sockets and wrenches and hammers and screwdrivers. I think there was I'm laughing because there was a box of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer and it said, do not donate, or there's something on it. They were selling the cans of beer though. I don't even know if they're allowed to do that. Maybe they are. I know sometimes I go to these estate sales and they have like bottles of liquor, like open or unopened bottles of liquor, and they're free. You can't sell them. Those are some G.I. Joes, bags of little G.I. Joe figures, or pieces of figures, pieces of vehicles and things. Really poor condition, and they wanted, I forget what they wanted, but it was like too much to want to pay for the condition. Maybe a day to, could have got that cheaper.
Yeah, I remember up at the Grange.
I do look at posters. This one I wanted to get for my son, but I've already gotten him a bunch of books on the Constitution. I don't know what that was. So here I am trying to wrangle a grocery sack and get my Ark, Noah and his unnamed wife, and all the animals safely on board. I've had good luck. I've sold a couple of Playmobil Noah's Arks, and I actually just got another one. And for my kids that are watching this, no, I didn't sell your guys' Playmobiles. I still have your Noah's Ark. I used up all my other bags at the other estate sale, so I'm down to a couple of grocery sacks. So that Hot Wheels case caught my eye. Unfortunately, all the Hot Wheels in it were like modern. There wasn't any old Hot Wheels. And that one was stuck. I couldn't even get it out to look at it. I've bought Hot Wheels, and I don't think I've ever sold a single one. I haven't tried to sell a single one, but of loose Hot Wheels like that. But I have a bunch of Redline Hot Wheels. Some the condition isn't great, and so I just haven't wanted to deal with that.
Yeah, I took it down there.
It was a cool little record. Okay, we're out of here. And we're back. That was a long day. We started off going to an estate sale just up the road from us, about 5 minutes away, and got some great stuff there. And then because I was double booked, I really wanted to go to an estate sale in the next city over. So once I was done there, we went across the bridge to Tacoma, went to another estate sale, and got some very coincidental things. We'll go through that. afterwards, I stopped at a couple of, actually 3 different thrift stores. I only got something at one. I don't think I filmed in any of those, but I'll show you those. And then we came back to the first estate sale and got a few more great things. So let me start by showing you the stuff we got at the thrift store. This was a Goodwill. Just these 2 items back here. This Guitar Hero guitar, PS2 Guitar Hero guitar. I paid $8 for it, which is kind of high. Didn't have a strap, but otherwise in really good shape. And I think this is one of the few guitars I actually have a dongle for. And then down here is a Marcato multi-passed. So inside it's got, I'll show you pictures separate, but inside it's the complete kit. I paid $20 for it. Just a few comps out there, so I'm hoping to get anywhere from $80 to $100 for that. So let's come back and we'll start from the beginning. The estate sale just down the road from us. There were lots and lots of stuff in the pictures, so I wasn't really sure what I was going to be finding. But we started off. I really, once I got in there, I couldn't remember anything I saw in the pictures, but I thought I would start by looking underneath TVs. And the first stop, I pulled this stuff out from underneath the TV. So down here is what I consider the best DVD recorder VCR. This is a Panasonic. There's a few different models, but this is the DMR EZ48V, and I have a bunch of those, and I'll show you. I do have the remote for it. And then above there, this is one of the best Ultra Blu-ray players to sell it. It's a Samsung. I'll show you the model. I've got the remote for that as well. And then on top of that is a PS2, and I've got a couple of different memory carts for that. And then on top of that is something I had never seen before. This is a PS3. I don't know what they call them, but PS3, just the top slides open. So all this stuff was plugged in, connected to the TV. So in my mind, that gives a little more credence that possibly these things work. I'm hoping. I'll talk a little bit more about that stuff in a minute. Behind here is a Bose TV speaker. Now I'll show you. I paid $40 for it. I thought I was paying $10 for it. So oopsie on my part. I don't know where this other price tag came from, but when I came back in, and I do have the remote, when I came back in, I found the box for it. So they gave me the box. There is another one of these there. I'm going to try and snag it maybe tomorrow or even the next day when they go on discount. Somehow I ended up with the remote for the second one, so I'm a step ahead. So one thing I wanted to tell you, when you're digging underneath TVs for stuff, always pull out whatever stuff like this is underneath there. Because in this stack was the original, it's got a little discoloration on it, but in this stack was the original PS2 user manual. So awesome addition to this find. Now, what you're not seeing is a bunch of remotes or games. And I actually asked the guy who runs the estate sale, and he said, yeah, no games. And so it was just hard to fathom so many of these things. Now, what I learned later was this was a family who obviously had dealing with a loss, and they were going to take care of doing a garage sale at this estate. And eventually they figured out that wasn't going to work. So I'm thinking they probably came in, took some things, and left other things. These were all wired, and you had to move this huge console in order to unplug anything. I just disconnected the cords, and then later on, and I'll show you, I got a big stack of wires. He let me come back in afterwards and just find the cords. So that was a bonus. The other thing I wanted to tell you about when you're buying stuff like this that obviously has been sitting around maybe for some time is batteries. Batteries are always an issue. Now, here I have, this is the original remote for the Panasonic DVD recorder VCR. There's a Bose remote. I don't know what that went to, but I ended up with it. And then here is a Wii a wireless Wii bar. So I already dealt with this one, but this one, the batteries were completely corroded, and was able to get them out. And I'm going to put a little bit of vinegar in there on the terminals, and that will clean up that pretty well. This one's got a little, but it'll be fine. It still has its spring. So that'll be fine. That should work, and I'll test it. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Completely corroded batteries. Now, I'm not sure if this one tells you to use alkaline batteries, and I'll clean that up too. But if you can get by without using alkaline batteries, it's so much better on remotes. So here is the Panasonic remote with the original Panasonic, just general purpose, heavy duty, non-alkaline batteries. These you're not going to get a corrosion problem. You can leave batteries in forever. So that's what you want to see, but be aware. I didn't even look at these other remotes, probably the same thing. So we'll have to deal with a little bit of issue there. So in addition to all those game systems, this Xbox 360 was also in there. And as you can see, this one has a hard drive attached, but I also got this when I got the cord. So it's the original top. And then this did have a remote, so it has a rechargeable battery pack, so I don't have the original cover, but it's pretty nice condition. So, and these were, like I said, all connected to the TV, and it's also got the wireless adapter. Awesome. So I'm banking on that working as well. And then at the same time, let's see, did I buy anything else at the same time? Just a few knickknacks, but we'll just count those as part of the second trip in. So the second trip in actually was my last trip in for the day. I'd spotted that Wii Fit board. It's sealed new. They wanted $15 for it, and I got it for $10, which I've gotten. Actually got two of them right now. Two brand new sealed Wii Fit boards that I bought both for $10. So hoping to get 80 for those. So we'll see. And then on top here, these, you're saying, wait, you said there weren't any video games. There weren't originally. When I came back, these were sitting there on top of the console for the TV. There's a sealed PS2 double pack, a single pack of one of those games, and then some other game. I did not comp any of these. I doubt they're worth super much. And then I did get this PS3 game because I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I did end up getting those. He did charge me a few dollars, but that's fine. And then back there, got a few. There's an Ultra Blu-ray. There's a sealed Angry Birds.
Excuse me.
PC game, which, and again, I didn't cop any of this stuff. I just grabbed a few things. A bunch of Blu-rays, and then a couple of PC games that I thought were kind of unique. They have a ton there, and I'm probably going to go back on Sunday when they're discounted. I don't know what their discount is. And then the last thing here, I think you probably saw me buy one of these recently at my Goodwill. Mine was used, and it was missing the little piece that you need to slide the slides through. This one I did pay $20 for, but I'd already comped these, and the comps on these were crazy. And this one's brand new, and it does have all those pieces. So I'll be able to use it for my purposes, use mine, my used one, do my scanning, and then sell this one as brand new. So awesome pickup there. Okay, so that was, three more things. This I got for personal use. My truck, my old truck, doesn't have any kind of anything. And so I thought this would be helpful. Bluetooth speaker, basically, for when I'm driving. It's so loud inside that truck. Thought that would be a good shot. And then these were great. They had a outdoor kind of covered porch that had a bunch of totes. And I didn't even go in there the first time I went. I completely missed it. but I did find it on the way the second time around. And both of these were just out there. This one was sitting visible. This one was hidden inside this case. But these are great. I mean, I've never seen this one. It's a TV weather CD, Walkman CD. This one did not have batteries in it, so I'm hopeful. This one did have corroded batteries in it, but they came out pretty easily, so I think we're good there. Oh, also I got just a pack of blank DVDs for a Sony camcorder. Oh, and I got this little vintage Energizer Bunny. He'll probably go on the shelf. But what was nice about this one is inside this case was also these very hard to find original Sony headphones and the Sony headphone controller. So I think that's going to be a great pickup. Nothing's been comped yet, but I will throw up comps for everything that I can on all of this stuff. Okay, so we're going to switch over to what I got at the second estate sale. And you're going to be looking and you're going, well, wait a second, why is the box for that first sale over here? And if you saw on I think I got this on video at the second sale, this was just an empty box at the estate sale. So inside is all the paperwork, the internal packaging, actually it's got the AV cord in there. So I now have a box for this PS3 that I just got. So amazing coincidental find. And here I just knocked a bunch of this over. This is a vintage Noah's Ark. It's got, I don't know if it's got all the animals, but all the animals it does have, it's got 2 each, except for the dove, of course. That's always been a mystery. We've got Noah and Noah's unnamed wife. And I paid $14 for this. It's in pretty nice shape. No sold comps, but I felt like it was it was worth trying on this. And then here it says for telescope. There was no telescope in sight, so whoever bought the telescope did not get this. So they might want it. It's a need electronic controller, so it's got the motor controller for your telescope and a spotting scope. So this might be worth something. I didn't comp that. I didn't pay. I think I paid $1 for it, so we're good. I got a couple of books here. This is not a great copy, but it's actually a library copy of The Klansman. And for all of you out there wondering, this is an interesting book. And then below here, I've sold these before. This is volume 5 of a 5-part series, Vernon McGee Through the Bible. I've sold these before, single issues. So I looked all over, could not find the rest of them, just did not see them. And then I've been selling vintage Sports Illustrated, and what do you know? Here is another one. It is I think this is 1955, so the second year of Sports Illustrated, and it's really nice condition. Looks good. Oh, I don't think they charged me $8. I think they charged me $1 for that. Well, I got away with that one. And then down here is a Blue Line Panasonic VHS VCR. And this estate sale company, I bought tons of electronics like this from, and I almost never get a working VCR. So this time I put a tape in, I let it play, I rewound it, I ejected it. So I think we're good. I paid $12 for it. I should do pretty good on this one. And then here, this is for some special people in my life. You might have seen in a recent thrifting video where I passed up buying some Awana, the wood blocks to make your Pinewood Derby cars. And so this one, we're gonna use this as a special award for some special people in my life when they're doing well. So more on that later. So that's pretty much it. Oh, here's a pack of matches I got. And then, like I said, here's all the cords, everything for the video games and VCRs and all that stuff. That all came with it too. So excellent buys. So I paid
$250 the first time at the estate sale. When I came back, I paid another $80 for everything that came second. And then at this sale, I paid $47, and then just the 2 items from Goodwill, $20 and $8. So not too bad. We'll throw up comps for everything so you can see what I think I might make. And there you have it. Okay, so as a little bit of an addendum to the estate sale I showed you earlier, we made one final trip. This was Sunday, so basically heavily discounted. And I ended up paying $40 for everything here. So let me take you through that. A couple things. I just recently got and listed a coin sorter, and I didn't have any of these pre-rolled coin wrappers, so I'm going to include that as an added bonus to my coin sorter. These are Kenmore canister bags, and I need some of these for a couple of vacuums that I have, so grab those. Down front here, I grabbed this. This is a Olympus XD picture card reader, which is that really crazy, thin, odd-looking memory card. So amazingly, these still sell because people still want to get their pictures off those old formats. I do have a bunch of these cards, so I'm going to use this and see if I can find anything on those old memory cards. And then here is a PSP charger. Just found the charger. I did get some PSP games you saw, but I didn't get the PSP. But it's always good to get when you're getting stuff super cheap. And then down below here is a Toshiba HD DVD player. I got the remote the first day and just didn't go back for this, so I got it discounted. And then 2 Blu-ray players, just regular Blu-rays, so Samsung and Toshiba. I think I got the remote, so I'll have to double check. This is a Apple MagSafe charger, not new in the box, but I did find the box, so we put the charger in there. Not a big seller. I mean, maybe $10 if we don't use it or bundle it with a laptop. And then here's another coffee stainless steel carafe. This is a Keurig. I've been getting these lately. Thank you, conscientious reseller, for turning me on to these. This will sell for probably $15 plus shipping. So, and it's never been used. So, and then over here, I got a bunch of computer PC games, and the real star here is this Ultima collection. That's probably worth about $30 to $40, and it's complete in great condition. And then these other ones I just grabbed just to try to find something I could bundle together. I do have some other mist and ribbon stuff, so I might be able to put those together. And then I grabbed a bunch of these Atlantis games to try to just find a bundle for those. Paid very, obviously $40 for everything, very cheap on that. And then here is a charger and battery and ink for one of those compact HP photo printers. I never can sell the printers, but I do sell this stuff, and so I'll probably just bundle all this together and sell that. Here's a Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick. I do have a remote for one of them. I don't know if it was for this one. Here's an N64 Tremor Pack, no battery cover though, but we'll just put that into our N64 stuff. Here's a small 500 gigabyte USB. I think that's 3.1, if I remember that connection size. I was hoping this was a little bit newer and bigger because I'm in search of hard drives, and if you're buying hard drives, you realize how crazy expensive they are right now. Now back here is a brand new in the box Nordic Ware ball cake. I forget what exactly this type of pan is. It's new in there. The handle's never been put on. Still not worth a ton of money, but I thought since it was new in the box that it would be worth grabbing at the discounted price. I just got a couple of these. Here's a Hamilton Beach electric knife. This one's a nice kit, has the fork. The blades look unused. Still only worth maybe $10 plus shipping. And then the final really item for resale is this Harmony N-R0007 remote. These are good to find. I looked all over for a charger, but you can charge these on USB. So we'll charge that up, see if we can make it work. It's worth, I think, about $25. And then this I just grabbed because I have a similar stand for my iPad, and this one would be great for my phone when I'm using multiple screens, which is nice feature on the Mac. So there you have it. That's $40 to add to the other bundle of stuff that we got at this estate sale.